Hello everyone and welcome to another video. We are looking at case number 8 of Outsiders. And yeah, well, what am I doing with this camera? So I'm gonna do it like this. Hold on. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it's all there. It's all there. Okay, so last video we've hit favorite number 2. Oh, let me switch on the lights. What else do I have there before? Sorry, forgot that. Is the microphone on? Is it recording? Is everything working? Oh, actually, yes, microphone is on. That should do. Okay, let's look into this. Okay, so if you're new to Flesh and Blood, Flesh and Blood comes from New Zealand. The makers of this game do have player experience on their own. They did play Magic in the past. They know what's good. This year came out. This game came out 5 years ago. And it is steadily growing the player base. We've had many people coming over from... sorry, I've had to turn off the tone on my cell phone. Yeah, many players coming from Magic because they're like a little bit mad of the way Magic is being handled from distribution and the top level. And I am a seller. I do sell these cards on Card Market. I do have my own homepage, but mainly I sell on Card Market. I switched over from World of Warcraft trading card game. That was the one I sold most of all these years until it got discontinued. And now I basically went, let's call it all in on Flesh and Blood. There have been ebbs and flows. There have been times when everything was hyped during the pandemic, when Pokemon went through the roof. The Flesh and Blood prices also went high. The prices for every single card and for the sealed products. And yeah, I luckily did not think that a booster box price of $500 for one booster box is normal. So I did not get Monarch first editions back then when they were expensive. I waited until the prices came back down, and now I think we have reached a bottom and I am buying more, but that's another thing. Oh yeah, here's a cold foil. Seeker's Gillet. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's that. These box prices are pretty human. I mean, 70, 75 for one booster box. That's cool. I found out there's a lot of hits, a lot of good cards, a lot of rare cards inside. So the price per good card, the price per legendary should not be too high. We should have round about 2 legendaries for 100 and then 3 legendaries for 30, kind of. That's rainbow foil. As far as cold foil, I can't tell yet. I did pull 3. So we will see. Anyhow, this set is well balanced. It's a lot of fun. The game itself is a lot of fun. I'd like to play more. If you're up to play, I live in Düsseldorf. Let's just do some rounds. Other than that, I'm a collector. for this set, as usual, I'd like to keep the Fabled and the 5 legendaries. The 5 legendaries in cold foil instead of rainbow foil. I already have 3 cold foil legendaries. That's cool. And yeah, I still have this case opening plus 8 more case openings. A case contains of 4 booster boxes, also called displays. And so I still have 800 booster boxes to open. So, down at 30, that's a good one. Oh, hold on, there has to be a foil, yes. I really hope I'm going to sell some of these cards. It is release day, it is the 24th, and Flesh and Blood, which I sold today, was mainly Dynasty. Even though I have already listed, there's a print line. I have already listed Outsiders cards. Not all of them yet, I'm still mainly opening. Yeah, and yeah, I was not disappointed by all these pulls. Of course, as you can imagine, 2 Rainbow Foil Fables, but not a Marvel, not an Extended Art Legendary, none of this really good stuff. None of this really good stuff. So I think every Extended Art and the Cold Foil Fabled, those are really the really good stuff. The really expensive stuff. And yeah, we shall see if we find one of those very special cards. There is some of them on Card Market listed, so they do exist. That's another story. It's like Magic has announced this new set with Lord of the Rings, and then there will be one card which is numbered, serialized, 1 of 1. There is one ring, the One Ring. And well, some people say that this card doesn't even exist. So they want to sell these boosters to people who really hope to find this one card. And like if somebody opens it on the first day, then the hype will be over. So that theory could work. There could just be none of those cards. This card could not exist at all. And people will buy over and over and over again. But that's just another theory. Anyhow, back to Flesh and Blood. There is a majestic... Oh, here's another cold foil in the first box. Common cold foil. Yeah, that's cool. I know these are not expensive anymore. The price dropped pretty fast, which I expected, of course. 2 more boosters. And yeah, slow start. This is a slow start. I mean, 2 cold foils is cool, even though they are not worth anything or not worth too much. No legendary, no good spice. Knives out in foil. Yeah, and a lot of... Hold on, I'm sorry. That was a foil. Man, I'm gonna have to go through these cards after I'm done opening everything. And I really have to take a close look because too many mistakes happened to me while opening. Right, okay, so 2 majestic foils. That's that. On to the next one. There you go. It's fun opening these. I mean, it's work, but it's fun. There's always this hope that I can complete my legendaries. I still need 2 legendaries in cold foil. And yeah, prices have changed. The Sunken Treasure was the most expensive, and now, hold on, Redback Shroud should be the most expensive legendary right now. But this is subject to change. This can change any minute. Depending on how many people pull how many things. There's one seller from Germany. He's opening masses of this product. They have, 12 legendaries of one kind. That is, I can't afford that. I also, I'll have to sell those. Slowly. So I spent around about 4,500 and I plan to get exactly 4,500 back within this year. So the rest of the cards plus the cards in my collection should be what's left. And yeah, let's see how that works out. Okay, we're working our way through to the first hit. I'd like to see a legendary here. With a slow start like this, the more I open, oh yeah, here. Sure, Silver Wind Shuriken, that was the first cold foil I have opened. Here's another cold foil of that card. Silver Wind Shuriken. Great. Yeah, that's what I consider a hit. Good. All right. We'll keep looking for legendaries. And if I'm really lucky and out of these 64 boxes I'll get one extended art, man, I'm going to appreciate that moment. I think that is such a rare instance to find one of those extended art cards. Or the alternate art cards, the Marvels. It is extended arts for the legendaries or alternate arts for the Marvels. And the Marvels being those 3 majestic codexes, which exist in non-foil, in rainbow foil, and do those exist in cold foil as well? So in 4 different. No, I think there's 3 different. Codex Majestic, Rainbow Foil, and then the alternate arts, I think. Yeah. That's what I think. Okay. Alright. Nothing here. Nothing to see. Please keep moving. I just did some well, hold on. That would be, we've had a majestic cold foil, so that booster box is already a good one, but we might find something else. So while I'm opening, sometimes I feel like I should talk about something to not get a silence in here. Well, then let's talk about how I got to Flesh and Blood. The first time I heard about Flesh and Blood was another YouTube channel. The channel is Alpha Investments. The guy over there was mainly doing magic and stuff. And then he said Flesh and Blood is coming out, he's involved and it's a cool thing. So I was like, yeah, this guy is always right, in my eyes. So I'll wait for that game to come out. And then I waited and it came out and I did not buy it. Because I wanted to see if it's cool, if it stays, if people like it, and if it does not disappear from the market like a lot of trading card games do. So I've seen that it's cool, and there have been first editions which I did not get, and those were very, very expensive. So one booster box cost to the store was less than 60 and market price was around 1,000. for the Welcome to Wrath for the first edition, for the first set. And well, I was buying a World of Warcraft collection from a guy in the Netherlands. That was a medium, it was a big collection. 4,000 euros for those World of Warcraft cards, I think is what I paid. So I drove up there to the Netherlands. I've gotten into his living room, and there it was, a whole wall full of all kinds of different trading card things. Premeditate. This guy had sports cards and Magic and... Well, World of Warcraft, he didn't want World of Warcraft anymore, that's why I've gotten it. And now slowly sell it over those years and for the next years. Let me put this away. And yeah, well, he was talking a little bit about the things he had there. This was awesome. It looked so cool. I mean, it was a single guy. He could, decorate the way he wanted it, and the coolest thing for him was all these trading card things. He had booster boxes and single cards and boxes with cards in them, and I thought this is awesome. So, and he also had Flesh and Blood boxes, and he was like, that was at the time when Crew came out, I think. He was like, yeah, I did get these boxes. I like this game, but I did not open them, luckily, because there are a lot of people. I just recently sold one booster box for 1,700 is what he said, to the US. And I was like, oh, how much? That game just came out a year ago. So, yeah. And then he said, I also sell another one to Australia, also for 1,500. And I still have some. And I was like, well, that's way too expensive for me. I didn't know that that was first edition and that there was unlimited at that time. So I went back home, sorted my World of Warcraft stuff, and then Alpha Investments, Rudy, made another video of Flesh and Blood. And then I was like, well, I've seen it. I know that it's expensive. What else can it do? And then that was only the time when I realized that has potential. That is not made to make quick buck, but it's made to stay with the target, with the aim to get players to big tournaments and have a really good competitive scene. And I felt this is World of Warcraft again. It's a really, really good concept, and yeah. That was when I said, okay, you know what, let me get some cards. And then I just started. I started a little late. I was lucky that I started when prices were already going up and people were entering this game. So everything I bought, I sold it again instantly. All the cards, I've done openings. Back then I had to sell on eBay because Card Market did not have Flesh and Blood in their inventory yet. And yeah, then we've had this hype, and this trading stuff saved me because I basically lost my other company because of the pandemic. And yeah, prices were skyrocketing. I know that they were overshooting in prices, and I was very careful. I didn't buy too much. Well, I bought a little too much in Pokemon at the very peak of the hype. And then prices went back down, but as for Pokemon, no problem. Right now, at the beginning of 2023, we've hit those prices again, and I do sell the products, the boosters that I've gotten back then. So all good, all good. And Flesh and Blood, I just had this steady, stable growth. Opening all these Majestics, selling the Majestics, getting collections, trading these collections. And it is just, as you can imagine, I'm getting a bigger and bigger and bigger inventory. World of Warcraft helps, of course. I do sell World of Warcraft steadily. And I do not, since it's there's not much to buy, I just basically shift the money over from World of Warcraft sales to Flesh and Blood products, so that my Flesh and Blood inventory will be bigger than my World of Warcraft inventory one day. I think next year 2024, this will be the time when Flesh and Blood is my number one inventory in size and value. Yeah. The hard thing is to determine how much money is it worth. So if I have 200,000 euros of World of Warcraft products, more or less, then I get this number from having my market price and the price that I offer the cards for times the amount of cards. This is what I call the worth. It's not the money I would get if I had to sell this instantly next month. I would probably only get like 25% if I find a seller who has 50,000 laying around, knowing that he can get 200,000 in value. So that's not my plan, and that's not what I'm going to do, but that's just a thing I have to, think about. Flesh and Blood is definitely more than 100,000 now, but it is hard for me to track because I do not list all the cards. For instance, if I now have the Quiver of Rusting Leaves, I'm going to put up for sale 2 or 3 copies of this card. Since it's an equipment, players only need 1, so I might put up 2 for sale for, let's say, $5 each, but I do have 20 of them laying around here, and I don't count them towards my inventory worth because I just don't keep track of that. I do not list every single cards in my own list and then upgrade this with eBay and stuff. No, I list the cards on Card Market and the rest is in my storages. I do have several storages, so in case this house burns to the ground, I am not going bankrupt. I also have digital assets, so it's all good in that matter. In the past, I like to shift some money to cryptos and CSGO and Star Citizen. Like at the point when I was a wing commander in Star Citizen, that is the point when you have spent more than $10,000 in their online shop. I thought, yeah, it's enough, and then I've gotten CSGO cases, and I've got CSGO cases for more than that. And the thing with Star Citizen is like, that game was announced, came out, and they had one of these starships, the Bino Merchantman, and I was like, that's exactly the one I want. That has everything and is too cheap, and they sold it for $250. And I said, this will double in price because people will pay for this ship top dollars. And then it was at $350, and then it was at $450, $500. Now it's at $600 plus. And I do still have some of those ships. It's basically like these cards. But with these cards, if they lay around, people destroy them. With these ships, it's just the retailer is upping the price. And that's how I can gain something when I sell those. And CSGO is crazy. CSGO cases are like, on average, 30x. So 30 times the price. I've gotten most of those thousands of cases for 3 cents, and now they're like $1 a piece. And some are some bucks. So I was lucky there, and now I'm basically shifting back to Flesh and Blood. I am planning to get more expensive stuff or older stuff or more special stuff, like these extended arts. You see what I mean? I am on case number 7, 8, Case number 8. We're halfway through, basically. Oh, I have 3 more boosters. And not a single extended art. So those are very, very rare and very, very special. And basically I'll have to sell them because I'll have to pay my bills. But the better way would be to keep those and hope that they will appreciate in price. But yeah, you can't have everything, you can't have all. We shall see how everything develops. But I think, like, Flesh and Blood, I do not see a single problem at all. Not a single problem. This is just... the foundation is so stable. I can shift more into that. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so nothing here. The only special card was Silverwind Shuriken Majestic Cold Foil. We will open the last booster box and then see if we can get a legendary. I still need 2 Cold Foil legendaries. For instance, Flick Knives. I'd like to have Flick Knives in Cold Foil, because I only got it in Rainbow Foil until now. So. Right. Nothing here. Right. A Majestic Melting Down. That was wrong. So. So, put the generics aside, put the class commons aside, and then rare, nothing, no. 1 equipment, 2 tokens. And I always check if I have a cold foil instead of a token. So, there you go, there's nothing. It's not a cold foil. We have 3 booster boxes and 3 cold foils. That is average. Also, the odds of finding cards on the site, on the homepage of Flesh and Blood. It also says 1 cold foil per box, so that is accurate. Fabled, they did not publish the odds of finding. I already do have 2. Right. Dishonor in foil. I think this could be something. What does it say? Combo. If Bonds of Ancestry was the last attack this combat chain, this has +2 attack. Yeah, so you'll have to play these 2 cards in a row. Give and take. That's a good one as well. When this hits a hero, if you control Surging Strike, Descendant Gust Wave, and Bonds of Ancestry, that hero loses all abilities for the rest of the game. Oh. Man, you gotta, oops. Play a lot together so you hit all this. This might be too special. And it's just for ninjas, of course. Huh. I'd like to try all this out, but I kind of do have too much work for starting Flesh and Blood full time now. World of Warcraft was cool. We've had these realms, these tournaments, these battlegrounds. It was basically split into, you know, casual and pro and intermediate. And there was world championships and stuff. The first world champion was a German, Dr. Hans Joachim Höhe. I've played against him in the Mage Store in Düsseldorf. And that was the point when I said, I don't like this game anymore. Because this guy, he played every turn. He was thinking until the end. You know, everybody was calling time on this guy. He took so long for every turn. Everyone was like, oh my god, here we go again. This guy. It will go into overtime or into time. That's the same problem with Flesh and Blood. You can basically play it slow and then try to fatigue your opponent into, you know, him not having any cards anymore and losing the game. But yeah, if you play against beginners, this could take a long time, of course. I was lucky enough to have some nice people telling me how to play in Discord. I mean, I knew how to play, but to play on a level that you might be competitive, right? Like, teach me what to look at. The last time I was at the Mage store, at my local game store, was when I went for a draft and I didn't even know how to draft properly. So I've had to take cracked baubles in there. That was nothing. Other than that, I like to keep this casual against somebody here. Get a starter deck, nothing fancy, just a starter deck, one-on-one. Show them the game. Have a neighbor here, have a family member here, have a friend here, and just show them how it's done. I do have people in my basketball team who like this game, who collect this game. I don't know necessarily if they do play. There are two of them play one-on-ones every once in a while. But yeah, I guess I need more chances to play on a casual level right here. We need a good game store for that. These cards, I've also gotten them from another game store. Which is my source of cards since Dynasty. Alright, so this opening has not been too interesting card-wise. I hope you still had a good time. We could hit something in the very last pack here. But Silverwind Shuriken Coldfoil Majestic is the only really good card in here. Well, I kind of like that this has not been the live stream, because having people there always waiting with me for anything and then nothing comes. I think the next one will be better. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.